Okay, this is Hot Wheels Unleashed, a racing game that I played off camera, which is unfortunate because I unexpectedly enjoyed the game. The drifting mechanic was difficult to get the hang of, and the difficulty level overall was a little bit more than what I was expecting for a Hot Wheels game. But needless to say, not recording this game was a missed opportunity. And if I get my hands on the newly released sequel, the Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, I'll definitely play that on cam. Now, one of the best things in this game, I think, is the player created content in the form of liveries. And yes, that's how you pronounce it. I had to look that up. There's a ton of great artwork out there by a lot of great artists. This is in no way like a top list of all the best. These are just I'm partial to the vehicles that were pulled directly from, film and other media and are very either iconic or very recognizable. So that's what this list is about. Now, the game already has an awesome list of officially featured, officially licensed cars in the game, like Kit from Night Ranger, the DeLorean from Back to the Future, the Ninja Turtles Party Wagon, the Mystery Machine, more than one iteration of the Batmobile, go figure. And then there's a few weird ones in here like the Jetsons Flying Car and Barbie's Dream Camper. Like, what the fuck? Onto the player created content, almost the whole cast of Cars is here, including Lightning McQueen, his best friend Mater, the King, the Hudson Hornet in his prime, Chick Hicks has actually never looked this cool before. Amazing amount of detail in this one. Sticking with the Disney theme, this is a pretty good RC from Toy Story. I am absolutely thrilled somebody thought to make the Electric Man tour bus from the Muppets. Probably the most recognizable of Paul Walker's cars from the Fast and Furious movies. Now I know this one's pretty basic, it doesn't take a lot to make Bumblebee, but it's still pretty cool, so it still counts. It's hard seeing Optimus Prime being represented by a garbage truck, but no other vehicle in the game has that box cabin that classic Optimus Prime has, so this is what we get. If you don't know who the A-Team is, you're probably too young. Since there's no hearse in the game, this is the best Ecto one in my opinion that I could find. I didn't understand this one at first until I realized it's inspired by the scene from Back to the Future 3 where Biff drives his car into a manure truck. Hilarious and creative. Herbie is a sentient car, which technically makes it the first self-driving car. We're back to Disney with Mr. Incredible's classic ride. And then Vanellope's Racer, which is one of my favorites because of the vast amount of detail. If you don't recognize the Eagle 5, I recommend checking out Spaceball starring Rick Moranis. It's a Star Wars parody that's so bad it's good. In case you forgot, Joe Dirt's car actually was a '69 Dodge Charger Daytona, so this livery is perfect. Speed Racer's Mach 5 has a very unusual car body, but this one comes pretty close. Forming a love-hate relationship with Speed Racer fans is the Mach 6, which was featured in the very mediocre live-action adaptation. I know there's a bit of controversy surrounding this one, but this car is just too iconic to not be included on this list. Coming way out of left field is the Mutt Cuts van from Dumb and Dumber. You might recognize this one from Starsky and Hutch. Do it.
Oh, Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
This one hilariously reconstructs one of the best moments from the new animated Super Mario Bros. Movie. Known for splattering Spartans all along the Blood Gulch, this is the Warthog. If you're familiar with the Twisted Metal games, you might recognize Yellow Jacket. If Twisted Metal wasn't your thing, maybe you'll recognize this taxi from Crazy Taxi. Going back to Twisted Metal, Club Kid was a one-off for the series from Twisted Metal 3. Fans didn't know what to think when the trailer to Kirby and the Forgotten Land featured Kirby attempting to swallow and possessing an entire car. Fortnite Battle Bus, if you're into that. The next two are the most iconic cars from NASCAR. Even if you don't follow NASCAR, you still know who Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt are. One of the most iconic monster trucks is Gravedigger, which is featured here. If you're a fan of ZZ Top, you probably recognize the Eliminator, which was featured on the front cover of their best-selling album of the same name. And to finish off this long showcase, we're going to bring in this nugget of childhood nostalgia. So that was over 40 liveries of cars that are inspired by movies or other media. I really look forward to seeing what the community comes up with in part 2. And don't forget that liking and subscribing is the best way to help a smaller channel grow.